Good evening and welcome to everyone. Thank you for being here tonight. This is a odd night for all of us. We're used to our usual routine, our second and fourth. So I thank everyone for being here and taking note of the meeting change. Laguna Madre Water District notice of a regular meeting Board of Directors. Notice is hereby given of a regular meeting of the Board of Directors of the district to be held at 105 Port Road, Port Isabel, Texas on the 16th day of July 2014 at the hour of 6 p.m. for consideration of the business of the agenda below. This notice is posted at the office of the district on July 10th, 2014 at 11 a.m. in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551041, 551-050, and a copy furnished to the county clerk at Cameron County, Texas. We do have the presence of a quorum. All the board members are present. If I may please have everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Invitation to the audience for discussion. Staff or board, does anyone at this time have anything to share?
Mr. Chairman, yes, I'd like to share that I don't know if I mentioned it the last time, but Noe Cantu and Kenji Hoshino they acquired their A license at the water treatment plant.
Nice.
And I just wanted to mention it to the board that we have a little bit better classifications on the licenses.
That's great.
And that'll be better for the new microfiltration and everything that's coming up, that we need to address. And the other one that I wanted to mention, Robert and I have been looking into the work that's supposed to be for the next agenda item on the 23rd. Is that the right one? No, it's not the right one. And we would like to recommend if the board would be able to change.
What, the 19th? We're talking about the workshop?
To the 30th. Oh, the 19th, yes, that's the workshop.
Saturday, this Saturday is the workshop.
We can complete some of the stuff that we've been behind on due to the conference that we were putting. So we can switch this meeting to the 30th.
Doesn't bother me.
That's fine with me.
Well, we don't have new business. I mean, that don't happen, but,
And then the next meeting in August will be 2 weeks after that, so
Right,
that'll kind of work out.
Yeah, it'll be like 2 weeks after.
It'll be August 13th.
We have plenty of time to do anything.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't bother me.
That'll be all?
mm,
Please just send a reminder out too.
30th?
We will.
Like today, you're getting your second, fourth schedule.
Okay.
And a reminder to everyone about the workshop, 9 a.m. this coming Saturday in this room.
Correct.
She sent one out today.
Yeah, I'm just reminding. Anything else to discuss? An open session? Thank you. Moving to item 4, consider and approve the minutes for the regular meeting of June 25th, 2014. So everyone had a chance to review their minutes. Is there anything to discuss? Change, modify, or update?
So moved.
Motion to approve the minutes by Mr. Thomas. Second by Mr. Keplinger. All those in favor? They are. None opposed. Thank you. Motion carries. Item 5, consider and approve change order number 1 with Lofton Equipment Company, Inc. for Water Plant 2 Emergency Generator Addition.
Yes, Mr. Chairman and members, I talked to Charles on this one, and there was a transfer switch that was burned up during the transfer of the water treatment, the old phase to the new microfiltration. And in doing that process, I guess rats got into the transfer switch and burned it up. We have to send it to get it fixed. And to expedite the procedure, we send it under Laguna Madre. And Charles mentioned that we would take away the revenue off the contract agreement in order to get it expedited, just to get it fixed and repaired right away. So that's all it is. If the board staff does recommend to get it approved and get it going.
I have a question. Who the hell left the panel open? Have we got exposed panel and wiring out there that the rats can get to?
That's correct. It wasn't completely shut.
These are not closed panels?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they are. That's why the contractor is responsible for it.
Who left them
we
open?
need to expedite it.
The contractor left them open?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Who's and he's gonna pick up the tab.
That's correct.
Okay.
Then why do we need to?
To expedite it quicker with Laguna Madre's,
It'll be reimbursed.
yeah, it'll be reimbursed, correct.
You have that in writing from them?
I believe Charles has everything.
So we're gonna take it off what we owe
I
them.
know, yes.
Is that what we're gonna do? We're gonna take it off what we owe them?
Mhm.
still owe?
We still owe them?
Yes.
Hope so.
$22,000?
We haven't paid them in
Cause they're
advance.
not done, hope we
No,
still
they're
owe
not
them
done
some
yet.
money.
Carlos, how come we're already in hurricane season, none of stuff's working?
Well, as you remember that, the main contractor was behind on, and has some liquidated damages pending.
When we're going for liquidated damages again.
All right, motion to approve.
Motion made by Mr. Keplinger,
Second.
second by Mr. Thomas. Are all those in favor? They are. There are none opposed. Motion carries. Thank you. Item 6, consider and remove from the table the following item tabled on the board meeting of June 25th, 2014. Consider and approve Evoqua Water Technologies to perform a chlorine dioxide generator trial at water treatment plant number 2. Need a motion to take this item off the table?
Well, are we ready to take that off the table?
Need to take it off, and then it'll be considered and approved on the next item.
Move to approve. Take it off.
Motion made by Mr.
Come
Garcia,
off the table only, yeah.
seconded by Mr. Vella. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. Unopposed? Okay. Moving on to item number 7, consider and approve Evoqua Water Technologies to perform a chlorine dioxide generator trial at water treatment plant number 2.
Right, that is correct, Mr. Chairman. As we've been finding out that the disinfection procedure that we have in place have been giving us some color on the water. Even though the turbidity is real clean, the color makes the turbidity monitor go on a higher range. And the next procedure that is out there is chlorine dioxide injection, and that's better disinfection and better contact time, and the state TCQ gives us better contact time on it, and that would be the recommendation that we need to go and use chlorine dioxide in our system. And it should be for better tasting water, and also does not produce trihalomethanes that, if you recall, a while back we violated some of those monitoring
How
levels.
long is this trial going to be, and how much is it gonna cost?
21 grand.
Well, the trial, as I believe that this company has several entities here in the valley, and if the trial, I know it's gonna work, we probably have to go into a contract agreement later on. I don't have the total cost on it. Let me see here. I don't have the backup.
The packet says 21,000, it's a 90-day trial.
That one, that's it.
It helps to read.
How
That's
does
what it
it work, that by using that we use less chemicals or what?
Well, not necessarily that, we are using less chemicals now, right?
Yes.
But not necessarily that we're gonna use less than what we're using now. It's just gonna help with disinfection, and of course, it'll take the place of the chlorine, you know, like chlorine that we're using now, and the ammonia, liquid ammonia. It's chloramine altogether, and it's not actually doing a good job for us. So chlorine dioxide is the next process that we need to really implement, and make sure that we get a better THMs and better tasting water. Mostly it's for the trihalomethanes that we had violations on. This is not a trihalomethane causing chemical, you know, it doesn't react as like chlorine by itself.
And Charles is recommending this as well as
That's
you?
correct.
As well as you?
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Move to approve.
Motion for approval by Mr. Keplinger.
Now onto the question.
There's a second by
I
Mr.
would-
Vella.
I would really appreciate it in a situation like this. We're talking about water chemistry. Mario will be here, 'cause his kid, okay? 'Cause I talked to him enough, and he knows more about water chemistry, I think, than some of them guys that are telling us about water chemistry. He's sharp, sharp, sharp. And I'd like to hear his input into it. And I think it should be the same thing with the, if we're doing something in the sewers that's gonna cost us a bunch of money this is just what do they call it? An evaluation?
Pilot.
Yep.
You wanna get the
But we're
managers
spending
involved.
21 grand, if Mario was here, I'd say, Mario, do we need to spend the 21 grand for the evaluation, or should we just put this system into effect?
You can ask me that,
You
and
know
I'll
where
tell
I'm
you we
coming
need to
from.
put it into effect, if you ask me about it.
Just put it into effect.
Yeah, we
Why
could.
pay for a $21,000 study with something that we've gotta do?
Yeah, it's only the, cost to, purchase equipment and install everything, so it would be the beginning
Yeah, but they're gonna pull that
of.
equipment out when they're done, and then we're back to square one again.
Right, it would be the same as, the pilot, starting a pilot
Duh.
and
Yeah.
it's gonna cost the same.
Kinda like
so-
our desalination plant,
Mhm.
right? Our
Right.
pilot plant.
But I believe, the State Department, probably needs the TCQ needs a pilot before we implement it, so we need to go that route.
Yeah.
Review the trial.
That's right.
Pero, as he was, as, Mr. Toma
They
was saying,
absolutely need
Carlos
to
can
show
do
me
the
where we
trial.
have to do that.
Mario can do the trial, no?
Well, yes, it's Mario's department.
Send the
yes.
reports?
Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
We're gonna pay somebody else
And
21 grand. to
of
do
course,
what Mario
Charles
did.
is gonna be backing them up, in whatever they need to implement to the State Department, but
Because
like.
these people are probably gonna be getting the data from Mario. 'Cause I don't think they're gonna be on site, sitting there.
No, but
collecting the data, right?
no, they're gonna be installing the equipment, of course. That's about it, that's why it's kinda high.
And this
And,
equipment's about this big.
Well,
It
the
gave
thing.
us the dimensions. Wait a minute, they told us how much room they needed. Hang on, guys.
They have all the room that they need already available.
Yeah.
The only thing is that once they start, if we implement the program,
Okay.
the equipment's already gonna be
They
there.
need a 2-inch drain. Where was it? I was reading that, how much area they needed. It's kinda gotta be sealed off. Darn it, it ain't a very big piece of equipment. Where'd it go? I should've redlined. I didn't redline that one.
Okay, there was a motion for approval made by Mr. Kaplan, or second by Mr. Vella. Are all those in favor? They are. Are there any opposed?
One opposing vote.
Okay, for the record, Mr. Thomas is opposed. Moving on to item number 8, consider and remove from the table of the following item tabled on board meeting of June 25th, 2014. Consider and approve renewing Orbit broadband, IT contract.
Mr. Chairman, I believe, okay, yeah, you can do that, then I'll recommend on the next item.
Are we gonna wait till
Well,
Saturday?
after, yes.
To
So
have
let's not even remove it on the table, just leave it on the
Well,
table.
Okay.
workshop.
So, at this time, there's no action. Item number 9, consider and approve renewing Orbit broadband IT contract. At this time, there is no action. Item number 10, consider and approve the disbursements. Has everyone had a chance to review the disbursements? Is there anyone particular you'd like to discuss? Otherwise,
Question.
motion to discuss.
Go to page 8 and find out where we spent $1,000 for batteries. And I wanna know where our $800 refrigerator is.
The $800 refrigerator is in the, finance department just across the
Oh.
hall here.
Right?
This is a
I bet it's
refrigerator.
real close to you, right?
How many refrigerators do we have?
In here, one. The other one, went out, the, compressor burned out, and the technician, recommended that we go ahead and buy another one, that it was not worth repairing. And this is a refrigerator used by the staff. They bring their lunch or their weekly, meals, and they put it in the refrigerator and have it there.
Good enough. Now let's talk about the
Okay,
batteries.
the other, if you see there, battery for handheld radios.
Yep.
We did away with cell phones, personal cell phones, and we did have handheld radios, so we upgraded the batteries on the handheld radios for the purpose of safety and, everything that's included in there for,
Most of those batteries and those handheld radios did not hold the charge anymore, and when you take it off the stand, it would just go dead.
Were they bought from Valley Instruments or?
I'm sorry?
Where were they bought from?
I believe,
Valley Radio?
I can't remember the
They used
company
to have
name.
them real,
Don't we have radios in the trucks?
The one at the
Yes,
port,
they
right?
do.
The one at the port, is that where we got them?
Why have we got radios in trucks? Why we got handheld radios?
When they get off the
Yeah.
truck,
Talking to you in the back of the truck.
Well, I guess when they're
Well,
out,
when they're off the truck,
ditch
when
or
they're off the
somewhere.
truck, or they go do a job, particular job off the truck, they use a handheld radio. That's why. And we didn't buy the radios, we've had them, we acquired them about
Well,
6
when I
years
was
ago.
still here,
6 years ago, right?
when I was still here, yeah. And they're good when you're out in the field.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Way out in the boonies, you need a radio.
Oh, yeah.
You need something, or a cell phone or something.
Any other questions?
That's about it,
Thank you, sir.
so far.
Any other discussion or questions about the, disbursements? Is there a motion for approval of the disbursements?
Motion.
Motion made by Mr. Vella, second by Mr. Keplinger. All those in favor?
Aye.
They are. None opposed. Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 11, General Manager's Report. Notice of surface water treatment technique violation. Yikes.
If, you recall that we had the yellow water in our system from the microfiltration that caused the violation in our turbidity levels. And, we just need to notify the public on it, but I wanted to express to the board the violation before it went out on the paper. Because, the yellow water, even though the turbidity was pretty clean, the color was making the monitor go on the high range. And, it is a NTU violation. And I believe Mr. Mario Vela had mentioned to me that there is turbidity monitors that don't take the color, that they can monitor the turbidity just itself. And we're trying to see if we can switch to that type of monitors. And hopefully we won't get that colored water anymore, but that's,
Not if this new chlorination
That's the reason.
process works, right? Gotcha.
and that's the notice that you have in front of you there, that's a standard
Procedure.
form, yeah, from the TCQ.
Yeah.
They're the ones that
Gotta-
make that
gotta
form,
let 'em know.
we just have the verbiage on.
Is it gonna be in, tomorrow's paper or what? Or
When
next
was
week?
that, Robert, I believe Charles said the 17th, tomorrow, yes.
Yep.
Tomorrow.
And
We don't have to do a mail out.
No, but it,
No, just newspaper,
Is it gonna be a one-time publication or?
just one time, it's required to be one time.
Okay.
Right.
yeah.
You're gonna put it in the El Paso Press, right?
Oh,
Well, I thought that'd be a good idea.
Portersville Press. And that was it on that part, I just wanted to notify the board.
But anyway, I mean, it's gonna be in tomorrow's paper with this thing of the past with all the town was asking why the water is that color and
Yeah.
things like that.
But we're following TCQ protocol, and that's one of the, like the consumer confidence reports are from last year, and we send them out this year. People are calling in, saying,
Yeah.
why is it from last year, and well, that's what the state requires.
Is that thing, it's only one page?
Yes, that's correct.
It doesn't have any contact information? You don't need any, like, if they have any questions or anything?
It should have it, it really doesn't.
Do we have to do that?
Well, that's
Are we required by law to
that-
say if you have any questions, call BR 549?
That's the
No,
format from the TCQ, so.
Shouldn't
it's
it
not
be in the
there.
website?
Yeah,
They
it
don't.
usually has my name on it, on everything, so. They'll find me. Once they call customer service, they'll pass the phone to me, if they have any questions.
Just saying because I didn't see, if
Yeah,
I'm a-
you're right, you're
if I'm
right.
a citizen, so, well, let me call somebody in regards to this, who should I call? They can always call here and,
We'll put your number down.
and, huh?
Your number.
Yeah, and then I'll forward them to you.
Yeah, no, I'll advise, the customer service, if they do get a call, to pass the phone call to me, so. And I'll talk to Charles in the next one.
Any other comments, questions?
I got a question.
Yes.
That has to be modified, isn't it? You're not gonna put that notice like that, are you?
That's what
Well, because I think the last paragraph is more directed to you.
Excuse me?
please share the information with all the other people who drink this water, especially those who may not have received this notice directly. For example, people in apartments, nursing homes, schools, etc. You can do this by posting this notice in a public place.
Yeah, what that is for is when you send like it to a motel, hotels, they'll post it out there and then, you know, pass a message around to other people. It is verbiage from TCQ, so that's standard format.
Yeah, but I do see that the last paragraph where it says.
It's not part of the notice. It's
No.
telling you, it's
Yeah.
telling the water district
Yeah.
what you need to do.
Yeah.
It's not, the first two parts are the notice that, the commission has determined that the district has failed to meet its business requirements. That's all, that's good. But the last part.
I can see how that last paragraph, anybody can cut out that ad in paper and put it in their place of business or at their hotel. I can see where that might apply to whoever receives that notice.
Well, the thing is, you don't wanna confuse people more than they are, you know, they think
I
sometimes.
think we ought to leave that one out.
It's coming out tomorrow anyway, so I
already-
don't
It's
think you
already
can
in
change
the
it.
works,
It's
huh?
They
already in
did.
the works.
Okay.
Kinda end of conversation then, right? Unless we can call them and have them delete that last paragraph.
Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
What's going on with the, Laguna Vista, the salt? The salt thing, with the curing in line of the pipes, we haven't had an update on that in a while.
The salt, the last time we found was that, we found the, certain areas that need to be upgraded. The pipelines are broken and, in-house was supposed to go back in there and, repair the trouble spots, the point repairs they call them. And they're supposed to get going on that. I don't know, I don't have a report from Victor.
No status on that then?
Right, but it's in the works of, in-house repairs. Our staff is gonna go back and repair
Okay.
the
Well,
major.
don't we've got one that's a long ways. We're not gonna do that one in-house, do we? We got one that like,
We're
I
gonna
thought
have to,
Charles
because,
said it's like
very
1,000
expensive to do
feet.
it through the contractors.
1,000 feet. Are we gonna do that one?
Oh, no. No, the
That's
point
curing- that's
repairs are
curing
just
line.
certain areas that are broken lines, you know, or
Yeah, okay.
they need to fix them, just point repairs.
Do that in.
The others are in situ form, we'll come back and do.
Well, when are they gonna start
Well,
moving
once-
on that? 'Cause
Well,
we've been
once we
talking
complete,
about it a long time.
once we complete all the point repairs, they'll come back and
That makes
finish the
sense,
rest.
yeah.
Right.
Carlos, did they ever got that turbine working on Buena Vista sewer plant?
Turbine?
Yeah, the turbine that creates, generation.
Oh, no, they ordered a part for it. I've been checking that, cause if we're gonna have that thing up there, it's a wind turbine. If we're gonna have it up there, I've been talking to Charles, hey, it's gotta be working, you know, because we need to conserve and save energy, or whatever the purpose is behind it, it needs to be working. So Charles said, well, they ordered a part, and it's still under warranty, so they're gonna take care of it and fix it. And I haven't gone over there, but I usually take a drive over there and look at it. I want it to work, you know, because it's got a purpose behind it, so.
I hope it gets fixed before it corrodes in the environment there where it's
I
at.
think it's made out of
you know.
aluminum, like good aluminum, well.
They're
I know
gonna
it's got
put it-
metal
like,
parts, but.
I see where it's at, they're gonna put it in a better place.
Yeah.
If you could have it on the next meeting, though, about maybe,
We'll get
Victor to
Okay.
brief us on that. I also got another question too. Did y'all go out for bids on the blowers of the wastewater plants on the island? Have those gone out for bid yet?
You know what, one of the, vendors has been calling me, and I haven't checked with Charles on that one. But I know that, through this project over here, they're gonna work on the bidding process, I guess for the rest of the island
For here
and the
and
buoy.
too on
yes,
the island?
Right,
Okay.
so,
Maybe we can get a status on that next.
we'll get, yes.
Awesome.
One more question before everybody goes nuts.
Go ahead, sir.
How they doing on the cleaning on the cement pond out there, Daisy May?
They finished it, last Friday.
They dug it out?
They cleaned up the
All right.
concrete, yes, they finished it Friday. And, I didn't pass it to the board, cause we're behind on our
That's great.
information for the board
Yeah.
members. But, we'll send the photos that they took and everything, so it's cleaned up. They're starting, as a matter of fact, they started, water plant number 2 sludge lagoon.
The what?
The water plant number 2 sludge lagoon, the cleaning with the same, excavator,
Great.
long reach, so.
they don't have to go into the main pond, they can just clean where the little spillover thing is, a settling area, or are they gonna do the whole thing?
They're gonna try to, I want the whole thing done. You know, as long as, they say it has like a 90-foot reach, so it's the
We got it.
biggest one I've ever seen.
We gotta use it, I understand, yeah, because that kind of equipment costs so much just to move it on site.
And
Okay.
that should,
Thank
hold
you.
us off.
Good news,
for,
good news.
you know, for a while.
Got another question?
Go for it.
Last report we got from Charles, there was a discrepancy on the microfiltration, $300-something thousand, that you guys were gonna be tracking. It was supposed to be based on something that Pete did a while back, the $1.2 million of the bond money that got
what's
reimbursed.
the report that
What's the status on that?
That, Mr. Gomez,
We're just about complete with that. I've met with Charles and we went through all the expenses that were listed on that spreadsheet that Pete did. And we estimate that about $700,000 did belong to 2012. And the balance was actually 2007 expenses that were paid by general fund. So what Charles and I have concluded is that the 2007 bond money, that's why there's so much money in there, it actually owes the 2012 bond. So it's a matter of shifting money around.
Okay. All right. Revenue owes general obligation bond, right? All right. Got another question? Gonna keep going here. Talked to my neighbor last week. He had a question with his bill. He called twice and couldn't get hold of anybody. He goes to the automated system, and then it sounds like there's a little click, like it's hung up. When the phone first answers, it talks like if you have an emergency. Have y'all ever called this? You ought to call.
I've called, I've never had that problem.
Okay.
That's 'cause you called Daisy
All right.
like me.
No, he called.
No, I called 2626.
He called, and then he hit 0 for the operator, okay? It went to Emma's voicemail. Hung up, did the same thing again, hit 0 for the operator, it goes to Emma's voicemail.
Yeah, I had that problem too.
Okay, and then, so after he told me that, I did the same thing, and I think that recording is horrible. I think the way it works, it's not good.
We need somebody answering the phone.
Yeah, I would like someone answering the phone. That's just, that automated system
We'll
is
look
not,
into that.
it's not real.
I've had a
good.
couple of complaints like that,
And then in
they're
English
having
it
trouble.
goes to,
So-
says
We
step
did-
1, then when it goes to Spanish, it goes to step 3, and it jumps all
It's
over.
confusing the way it's set up.
Yeah.
It's very confusing.
I'm pretty sure we can, do something to that part in letting the customer service
The only
answer.
extension I use is
If
5.
you know the
25.
extension of somebody,
Right.
you get to it right away, but if you try to find somebody's extension.
Takes a long time, that's correct.
It's difficult.
And it does take a long time when the system answers, that it goes through.
So you can dial the extension,
The whole
right?
thing.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you just can't dial it right away when the phone rings. You just can't dial the extension.
No, you can't.
The reason it was put like that was because this system can handle up to, I think it's like around 38 calls at a time. And we only have 2 or 3 people, depending if they're all in, if everybody's in, that can answer 3. If we were to get more than 3 calls at any given time, the other ones would be in queue, they would just rotate.
It just seems like it was confusing for the customers.
But,
and it
yeah,
needs to be
you're right,
looked at.
and we have had some complaints about that, and, we will look into it and get them to
There's
just go
somebody
directly
answering.
to, Emma. Part of the other problem is that, unfortunately, Elma has been, sick on and off, so she's been in and out quite a bit.
And one more thing.
I
Sorry,
have a
guys.
question.
That's okay.
We've got things that are pending and they're, and they're not on the agenda, so I just wanna make sure that, what the updates are. This Tank Pro, are we done with that?
Tank Pro, they sent me a letter, and, the owner actually came by and visited, and, I mentioned to him that what's done is done, right? But he did send me a letter requesting some pay, extra pay, and I haven't read it all completely, but I'm still going through it. But I'll, advise our council, when I complete it,
It's only been a year and a half. rush into stuff. How much does the 2007 owe 2012?
$300-something thousand.
And 2007, how much?
320-something thousand, possibly.
It's a little bit more than that.
Let me just say three plus. It's over $300,000, okay. And the 2007, what kind of bond is it? Because I'm learning this stuff.
Revenue.
What?
Revenue.
It's a revenue bond. And so it owns 2012, which, what kind of bond is it?
Tax bond.
Tax bond.
Tax bond. So what you're saying is what we're taking in through water and sewer fees, we gotta take 300 grand out of that and give it to the tax bond?
No, the money is already in 2007. Right now, 2007 has close to close to $700,000. So that money just needs to be transferred to the 2012 bond.
Okay. And what can we do with this, let's call it 350,000, half of the 700,000 of the revenue? Where can we spend that?
I think Charles already has a budget for that.
Okay.
May go to the, reuse project.
For Charleston vacation.
Okay.
Victor and Charles are
There's still a new kid on the block, Rudy, and there's a lot of this stuff.
out on vacation.
Forgive me if I ask these questions.
That's it, Mr. Chairman, that's all I got.
Okay, thank you. Good points and things we're bringing up. At this time, we're moving on to item 12, executive session permitted by the Open Meetings Act, VPTA Government Code, Section 551001, et sequence under Section 551071, and consultation with attorney to wit, item 1A, pending or contemplated litigation, item 2, on matters which the duty of attorney to the district under Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct require consultation. I have a motion to go into executive session at this time.
Request a break at this time.
Yeah, we'll break after this. Motion made by Mr. Vello.
Second.
And a second by Mr. Thomas. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
We are. We're in executive session. We'll take a 5-minute break. At this time, I need a motion to come out of executive session at
So moved.
7:16 p.m.
So
Motion
moved.
made by Mr. Thomas. Second by Mr. Kepling. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
We're officially out of executive session. At this time, item 1A, pending or contemplated litigation. Item 2, on matters with which the duty of attorney to the district under the Texas disciplinary rules of professional conduct require consultation. At this time, there's no action taken. If I can please have the meeting adjourned at 7:17 p.m.